Hype is real. Let's get this going. Charlemagne, brought by Houseplant, faces up against Lombards, brought by Aggony Panda Warrior. Panda Warrior, if you guys don't know, is one of the best, possibly top three players in Total War Rome 2. Total War Attila, he won a bunch of tournaments. The competitive scene for Attila was very much short-lived. But suffice to say, he's an excellent player. So is Houseplant, though. I just don't know if he's on Panda Warrior's caliber. We just haven't seen him tested against the elite players in Total War Attila like that. So I think Panda Warrior is odds-on favorite to win this. Let's see if Houseplant can pull a major upset. This is fought in the map of Halberstadt. This is a custom map. Apologies if I'm butchering the pronunciation, but really cool map. Look at all the forests that are dotting this otherwise flat landscape, which provides for a very balanced but fun map. Props to Aggony Duck for picking this map, or for taking the time to find this map. So let's see for the Lombards. Some Levy archers. I'm going to pause this. I'm sorry, but I have to pause this because I want to take a proper look at the armies. We've got archers, Levy archer, Levy archer, Levy archer, and archers. So 3 shitty archers, 2 regular archers, and 2 Levy skirmishers. We'll probably be seeing javelin men play an increasing role as the game progresses. As the meta progresses, we can see 2 Lombard axemen, a swordsman who don't have great charge bonus, and another Lombard axeman who have good charge bonus. We can see 1 Gestalt swordsman on the left flank, and then 4 Lombard lancers and 1 guardsman, an incredibly expensive spear unit who have a 30 attack against cavalry. I think that's a smart decision, and I'll explain why. We can see a Gestalt Knights brought by Panda Warrior, left in reserve back. A Gestalt Guardsman who, of course, no doubt has fast charge on, because he has the option of either going to one of the cavalry and popping fast charge, or he can just go straight up here and then pop fast charge on the Lombard Axemen and maybe even the Gestalt Swordsman and increase their charge bonus, because they're pretty charge dependent units. So very smart idea bringing the fast charge general, and one that I would recommend anyone pick when they pick Lombards. So on the other hand, we can holy shit, the mother of all counter picks, I guess, counter builds. We can see a fuck ton of spears here brought by Houseplant. I think this is probably easier. You can see armored spears, Frankish spears, cheap spear, mid-tier spear. Okay. Then we can see armored spear, Frankish spear, armored spear. Same thing over there. Cavalry, a shit ton brought. Frankish horsemen, 2 Frankish horsemen, Frankish cavalry, and another Frankish cav, 2 Frankish cav, 2 Frankish horse. I would imagine the Frankish Cav are a slightly higher mid-tier unit compared to the Frankish Horse, but both will be probably like around 500 to 600 talents. Some more Frankish Horse, some more Frankish Cavalry, and looks like only 2 swords, 2 armored swords brought by Houseplant, and we can see which archer unit is this? Regular archer, and regular archer. And finally, we can see a Guardsman General, and the Guardsman General has brace. I don't understand why he brought so many spears. He was going to destroy the Lombards in terms of cavalry, anyways, with the Frankish cavalry and with the shit tons of cavalry that he brought. What are these Frankish horsemen? Yes, 8 total cavalry outmatches the 4 cavalry brought, 4 crappy short cavalry brought by the Lombards. If he pops one of these guys in wedge and then just charges into them, he'd win the cavalry battle just like that. And for that, he's traded off a lot of skirmish potential, and the Levy archers could possibly play a huge role by using a lot of flaming shot. And I don't get the number of spears. The number of spears, with expert charge defense and proper bracing against a fast charge Lombard Axeman, maybe they do well. I still don't think so, though. It's so strange. I don't see how Houseplant can win this, especially if he's keeping his cavalry I need to wait. Pause. You and I, no? Right, yeah, you and I. So we can get a proper look at the... Oh, wow! He charges in with the Frankish horseman, gets a great charge onto the Levy skirmishers. Remember, he can be this aggressive with his cavalry, but not like this. The Frankish cavalry probably are going to lose a lot of men to the Lombard lances by charging in like that. Lose 5 men. The Lombard lance is also losing, but he's bringing a Frankish spearman immediately. Meanwhile, this ballsy move has killed off a Levy skirmisher. He's lost 15 Frankish horsemen, though, on the flip side. He's moving up his armored spear, being super aggressive with them. They've lost 20 men so far from the Levy skirmishers. He's going to charge in, intercept with this Frankish horseman against this Lombard lancer. And at the end of the day, the Lombard lancer only killed is only going to kill a shitty archer unit. And now the Lombard axemen are going to charge into spearmen, and who don't have the Hoplite wall turned on. But that doesn't matter because they still have expert charge defense. Let's try and take a look. They get 14 kills. They're trading not too cost effectively with Lombard axemen, but he's bringing in other Lombard armored spearmen to rear charge the Lombard axemen there. And he's mopped up the cavalry engagement on the right flank already. The Frankish cavalry destroying Frankish horsemen, killing off the Lombard lancers. And here, this Frankish spearman is going to be able to kill off the... No, it's not going to kill off the guardsmen, but... And with expert charge defense, I think the guardsmen will just destroy the spearmen. Spearmen actually have decent charge bonus, so they're going to lose a lot because the expert charge defense, it's just going to reflect all the charge bonus that they have back onto them. The Frankish horsemen here losing a lot due to the Lombard Lance's flank charge, but this combination of spears and sword and cavalry is killing off the Gastal Knights. The most expensive cavalry unit for Panda Warrior is getting caught, and he cannot pull out now. He cannot. That's the problem with... Not problem. That's the thing with Charlemagne. Once you get caught like this, you're fucked. Unless bringing Gestalt Swordsman is really going to change things. If he rear charges with them, it'll be good, but the Frankish Spearmen with that 20 attack against cavalry and 27 melee attack have almost done a shit ton of damage against that Gestalt Knights. Here, this armored swordsman in shield wall has taken on a swordsman in shield wall and is going to defeat them. This armored swordsman, it's sort of attacked in the rear, but it's going to do well against the Lombard axemen. Levy skirmishers are going to charge into the archers, and meanwhile the archers have been firing into the Gestalt guardsmen, killing off 7 of them. Panda Warrior, no reply to the aggressiveness shown by Houseplant. No reply. He's brought a fuck ton of cavalry. He's brought a fuck ton of spears. He's used the spears incredibly effectively. And he's going to catch the Gestalt guardsmen now with the Frankish cavalry. And now he's just going to surround the Gestalt guardsmen. These guys are quicker. They're heavy melee cavalry, whereas the Gestalt guardsmen are very heavy. They're going to capture them, kill them off. Gestalt guardsmen do not have a spear in melee. Once the general dies, this game is over. In any case, I don't see how Panda Warrior can win this. The guardsmen, useless. Haven't done anything in this battle. The Lombard axemen have destroyed a lot of the spears, but they've held them off for a long enough time for him to destroy the cavalry flanks. The Lombard lancers are... That's the problem. Here's what happened. The Lombard lancers are so quick to get destroyed that Houseplant just completely eradicated them with the cavalry, and some of the spearmen were actually kind of like overkill, but what it did do was it helped him mop up the cav flanks in a matter of seconds. Meanwhile, the rest of the spears, while I don't think that was the perfect choice for Houseplant, as his guardsman gets shot, but a lot of these Levy archers are wavering now. The reason why it worked was because the armored spears were good enough in terms of quality that they were able to hold down the axemen. So even despite that charge, the axemen still took a while before they were able to kill the spearmen. And you can see that they did kill them, but by the time they killed them, all sorts of fucking cavalry were rampaging into the rear of and killing off the general, killing off the enemy archers, and Panda Warrior mismicroed the hell out of his Gestalt Knights, and that you cannot make mistakes in Charlemagne. Probably even more punishing than Attila when it comes to misusing cavalry. Brilliant game. The Frankish cavalry going to pull out, and you can see they're taking so many casualties now from Gestalt swordsmen and the Lombard axemen. But the guardsmen now only down to 15 men, and looks like casualty sustained. Armored spears are wavering now. If the Levy archers fire in a lucky shot into the guardsmen, killing off the general could play a major role. They're down to 12. It's all over. It's all over. The Gestalt swordsman at 89 men can kill off an armored swordsman, but the spearmen, just too many men and too many cavalry. Going cavalry heavy in Charlemagne works, especially if you're going to use your spears, the shit ton of spears that you brought like that. Brilliant play from Houseplant. I think that's what his plan was. Use the spears with their increased defensive capabilities, just plop them up in front, let them absorb the charge. You don't even need to micro with them. That's the cool thing about spears. You don't even need to waste like a couple of right clicks, unlike swordsmen, where you need to double right click, make sure they get the proper charge, make sure they use shield wall, blah 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 blah. Instead, you just plop the spearmen up in front, let them get charged. It doesn't matter. They're going to take a while, especially if they're of this tier of armored spearmen. It'll take a while for them to get killed off by any charge. And meanwhile, you can use the extensive amount of cavalry you have to mop up the cav flanks, especially against a cav weak faction like Lombards, so much quicker that you'll be able to surround your enemy with a shit ton of cavalry, and then in late game, cavalry charges into Gestalt swordsmen, into whatever infantry is going to do a bunch of damage. Still, well played to Aggony Panda Warrior, and his guardsmen. Big mistake bringing them, in my opinion. Pyrrhic victory, but a major scalp for Houseplant. And if you look at the kills, you'd be surprised as to how how Houseplant actually won this. The Frankish cavalry didn't get many kills. This Frankish horseman did a bunch of damage. This Frankish horseman also did. So you could see from the start that once Houseplant knew that he had the cav superiority in terms of numbers, he wasn't afraid to not throw away, but use one of his cav recklessly to kill off levy skirmishers, because he knew that he needed to win the cav fight, and those levy skirmishers, if they got into already engaged cav, they could just destroy a lot of them. So instead of that, he just got a clean charge, made sure that the levy skirmishers died without causing any sort of damage. And sure, he lost a lot of Frankish horsemen in the trade, but I think that kind of was going to say recklessness, that kind of ballsiness shown by Houseplant, I think almost set Panda Warrior on the back foot from the start, and that almost, I'd like to say that made him mismicro his Gestalt Knights and his Gestalt Guardsmen. Just caught by a shit ton of cav when he wasn't really anticipating it, maybe. But yeah, excellent game to watch. Thanks to Houseplant for sending this, and repping the Wolf Clan in Age of Charlemagne, doing very well in tournaments, and yeah, as he has been for a long while. So yeah, excellent replay. I'm sure you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more. Peace.